we're going to talk about our elaborations in our informational paragraphs. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways. We'll just talk about 3 different ways we can do that for our writing. And I know you guys have been working on your writing with your heroes. And so when you go back and revise, you can think about these 3 ways to add or change your writing for revising. So first of all, let's talk about what is the purpose. Why would we want to elaborate our writing? The reason that we elaborate our writing is to explain your facts about your topic. Another reason is because we want to tell our reader more information about our topic and why that topic is important. There's a reason that you picked that topic. Why is it important to you? So, the first way that we're going to talk about is by using adjectives to describe. Adjectives give the reader a picture in their mind. And when I think about adjectives, I think about my 5 senses. So I think about taste and touch. What does it look like? What does it sound like? What might it smell like? And what does it make me feel in my heart? So those are some ways that we can think about when we're thinking about different adjectives to use in our writing. So here's an example. Here's a boring sentence. The cat walked across the street. How can I use my adjectives and my senses to help me beef up this sentence, to make it more interesting and to give my readers more information about the cat walking across the street? So I can use some adjectives to describe some of my nouns. So if we're thinking about the cat, we could say that the cat is fluffy, furry, orange, black, white. We could say all sorts of things. I'm going to choose to add fluffy to my sentence to describe the cat. And then here's another noun. The cat walked across the street. So the street that the cat walked across was very busy in my mind. And to show my readers that picture in my mind, I'm going to describe it a little more. The busy street. How did the cat walk? That's another question my readers might have. To answer that question, I might say swiftly or quickly. Because it was a busy street and you had to really hurry to get across. Okay? So now that I have added some adjectives and an adverb into my sentence, now I'm going to rewrite that sentence. And I might even add some more details to make sure that my reader knows and gets that picture in their mind. The fluffy cat walked swiftly across the busy street, full of moving cars. That gives me even more of a picture in my mind of how it was busy. Okay, so that's one way we can elaborate in our writing. Another way is by connecting what you're telling your readers to some experiences that you might have had or some examples. Okay, so here's another way we can do that. Here's a fact about dogs. Dogs can play fetch. Well, some people might not know that. Some people's dogs might not be able to play fetch. I know my dog doesn't play fetch. She didn't want to learn how to play. So I can connect that to some experience I had, but maybe my other dog does play fetch. So I might add to this sentence, dogs can play fetch. I might say, for example, or one time, and I can tell about an experience I had playing fetch with my dog. One time, I took my dog, Deke, to the park and used my chuck it to throw the ball for him. He was worn out after. But he had a lot of fun. Okay? So that's giving your readers more information about this fact that dogs can play fetch by connecting it to an experience. Or you can use an example. The last way that we're going to talk about elaborating for informative writing is by giving a definition of something that has to do with your topic. So let's say my topic was that I was informing my readers about whales. And one of the facts that I gave was that a whale is a mammal. Well, what if my readers didn't know what a mammal was? That would be really confusing for them. So I can add on a definition to give that clarity or to clear that up for my readers. A whale is a mammal. I would add on a mammal is a warm-blooded animal all mammals nurse their babies and have fur. Okay, so that's the last way that I want you to maybe see if there's some place in your writing that you can elaborate your facts. And then lastly, here are some ways that we can start our sentences to elaborate our facts. So one way we can start one of these sentences is, this makes me think about, or we could say, for example, right, if we're giving examples, or this is important because, we could say, this reminds me of a time when, right, and I doubled the for example, so you can kind of forget about this one. Those are just some ways to try. So when you're working on your writing this week, I want you to give these different types of elaborations a try.